Okay, now our buildings need doors and windows. So the easiest way to make a door or window is to draw 2 vertical lines and then the top of it, right? And for a door, you want to make sure you look at, and windows, the top of the building that you're working on that side. So let's say I want to make a door right here on this building. I'm going to draw a vertical line for one edge of the door. And then to make the top of the door, I want to look at the direction that the top of that side is going to. In this case, it's going to VP2. So I'm going to line my ruler up with the top of that line going to VP2, and however wide I want to make my door. And then another vertical line. Remember, don't tip your ruler or tilt it. Make sure it's nice and vertical. Have another vertical line going down, and there you have a door. You could easily split it in half and make it a double door. Not Dumbledore from Harry Potter, a double door. And do the same thing on the other side. This side, the top of the building is going to VP1. So I'm going to draw the top of the door going to VP1. Notice that below the horizon line, it's going to look like my lines are going up. Above the horizon line, it's going to look like my lines are going down. And the closer you get to the horizon line, the more horizontal those lines are going to be. So I can draw another vertical line here. If I wanted doorknobs, a dot will do. If I wanted a push bar for my doors, make sure you line it up to the vanishing point and draw some sort of push bar on the door like that. So you can draw doors on all of these if you want. Windows, I think a really simple way to make sure windows are all lined up is to just draw a series of vertical lines on your building, on whatever side you want some windows to be, however tall you want them to be, however spaced apart you want them to be. And then again, look at the top of that building, and it'll tell you which direction to make it go for the windows. So this one says VP2, so I'm going to line it up to VP2 like that. I'm just going to have a bunch of arms sticking out here. All line up to VP2. And you can do one at a time, or you can do all of them in a row like this. And you can make them any size you want. Now, after I draw these arms for the top and bottom of the window, I'm going to go back and connect them. And you're thinking, oh, okay, I got to make the other side. Make sure you don't tilt your ruler like this and just draw an angled line. Okay, that's not going to be a nice straight window. Make sure your ruler is vertical, and if you need to extend a side, you see how you have to extend that out? You can do that and then just finish your window so it looks clean. Don't just draw a crooked line because they don't quite line up. You could even go through and make a vertical line all the way down that lines up, and then make sure your little arms match it as they go down, and play around with it and make sure they line up. So you can continue all your windows to finish them like that. This is where I'd press the fast forward button on my video if I could. But it's important for you to see that it does take a little bit of time, but it's done well. If you want a giant window, maybe you have like a showroom window, again, a vertical line, line it up. The top of this building goes to VP2. So I'm going to make sure the top of this window goes to VP2. And a vertical line like that. And over here, let's say I want a window up here. Vertical line on this side, vertical line on this side. The top of this window, do you see how it's going to VP1? I'm going to make sure that the window goes to VP1 as well. The top and bottom of it. And then connect with a vertical line. And then over here, the other side of the building, it goes to VP2. So if you're not sure which direction to go, look at the top of the building on the side that you're trying to draw the windows or doors on, and that'll tell you which direction to go to make the top and bottom of your doors or windows. So there's some doors and windows. A little fancy trick you could do, see this little corner down here? If you connect it to VP1, like that, you can kind of get a peek inside of the window. It kind of looks like you can go step right into that building. If there was no glass window there, you can kind of see inside of the showroom there. So it's a little trick you can do. You could even do a door like that. If I put a little door here, top and bottom, go to VP2 like that. And if I wanted to look like I'm going into the door, I could take this corner and connect it to VP1. If you're not sure which corner to take, experiment. Because up here it might be different. Up here you might have to go to VP1 from this top little corner to look into the window. like that. I could even stop it short with a vertical line and go to VP2, and now we're just kind of getting tricky and fancy in here with the edge of the building and the ceiling, depending upon the stories and what you want to see inside. So you kind of create some illusions looking like that.